What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is my review for Bash in Berlin 2024. A interesting PLE, if I do have to say so myself. I feel like a PLE that was actually pretty good, was predictable, which I don't think a lot of people think that predictable and predictableness just means bad because there's no surprises. I don't generally think so. I think it's what we wanted, what we think is going to happen, what makes the most sense to happen. It's a good thing to do. I think it was a good PLE, and we're going to get started. We're going to go from the first match. We're going to go all the way to the bottom match, the main event of Gunther versus Randy, and we're going to talk about a few things. So first off, let's talk about Cody versus Kevin Owens. This was an amazing match in my opinion. I think this showed the inner fire that KO needs to, become great. I think it was a good way to kind of set up this potential heel turn with Kevin Owens, with a Cody Rhodes, but at the same time, not hurt a Cody Rhodes. Maybe this is Kevin Owens taking it out, then this goes to Bad Blood because it's Bad Blood. I just really liked that they really did show that Kevin Owens kind of lost his instinct, his killer instinct, as what Wade Barrett was saying, and really tried to make him, maybe not heel here, but at another time. This is going to be something that's going to get paid off later. I think this match made a lot of sense to kind of give to Cody Rhodes, of course, one, but also at the same time, not have Kevin Owens turn heel yet. I think that it's going to just be a little bit. Triple H loves to take his time with certain stuff. I think this is another thing we're going to see take time. Could it happen before Bad Blood? Yes. I could also see it happening after Bad Blood. This is just something that I generally think that it's just going to take time to really see, but Kevin Owens is going to be very interesting in these next upcoming weeks on what he's going to do with a Cody Rhodes. Up next, we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union. I did not want to sneeze. This match was good. I felt like this wasn't the best match out of the whole card. I think this was probably, the lowest in my opinion. I could see the mixed tag match going into there, but I still thought it was good. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this was destined to happen with what's it called, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair to get these titles. If there was no interference, I don't think you could let them lose cleanly at all. It would have to be underhand tactics for the Unholy to win. But I feel like this does raise a lot of red flags or question marks in my opinion. I feel like if this was destined to happen, why would you not have kind of built these tag titles up and just had them have it at Clash? I get maybe it was Alba Fire and Isla Dawn you wanted to give titles to and wanted at least somebody from Scotland to win. I do get that. But if you would have made them hold on to these titles since Backlash, you would have made these titles at least look a little bit immovable. It would have actually held some real grip onto these titles where it's hard to get these titles off of them. People have to build these super teams to get off of them, or one of them kind of go against each other. Jade Cargill turns on Bianca Belair, whatever it might be. I felt like something like that was probably needed to make these tag titles maybe look a little bit more prestigious. I really do see a way for what is it called? I have a video coming out about prestige and how to make the tag team and tag title division more prestigious. It isn't a video I'm very confident about, so I've been kind of holding off to record. Also, wanted to wait for this match to happen. But I do feel like they're going to have these titles for a while. I think they're going to have these titles probably to Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber. And then you see maybe they break these titles up then. And then you get the match Bianca versus Jade Cargill to happen. I think that's where we could see. I think it's something that is going to happen around chemistry. The thing that they kept bringing up during this whole match was chemistry. It was very obvious that they don't have the best of chemistry, but they are working on having that chemistry. And I think that's what's ultimately going to break up this group is chemistry. Something that I think hurts a lot when you look at this tag team division, because two solo stars will team up and win the tag team titles when a stable's been with each other since birth, it feels like. So I think right there, but I do wish kind of the Unholy Union won. Because, again, this video I'm going to bring out, I like stables more than two solo stars getting together. Now, if Bianca and Jade Cargill were a duo and kind of a faction together, I I could get behind it, and I get that there's probably a bigger story, but let me say this truthfully, I trust Triple H in whatever he's deciding to do. Don't get me wrong, I am just a content creator, but I'm interested to see what could have happened with these two. Up next, we have Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. For me, this was very interesting because I think that. Well, first, we see red in this feud. I don't think have we seen red? Have we seen blood in this feud yet? I don't think so. I think this is the first time we saw blood in this feud. I also think that a no DQ type of match was needed in this feud. Granted, the Seth Rollins one was no DQ in a way where they were doing some goofy stuff, but there was still like Seth Rollins, he tried to grab something and he said, no, that's not happening right now. You're not, grab the chair, I think. Was it? I think it was grabbing the chair. Seth Rollins even grabbed it. But I don't think, and this was a great match. Let me get this wrong. But did we really need this trap match? Like, could we just done a no DQ? Maybe it was an interesting thing to really get started with something. And like, maybe it's a way for Punk to never technically pin Drew. I think that's a big thing that I've really seen from this. Drew's pinned CM Punk. Punk's never pinned Drew, and I think that's probably going to be an ultimate lead to Punk to have this third match at Bad Blood, which I know this man Punk said, I'm done, I'm going after the title now. I don't think you can finish this kind of matchup and finish this feud not at Bad Blood with a Hell in a Cell. I just don't think that's going to happen. Even if Punk says it's not going to happen, it's probably going to happen. I just hated just this strap match thing. I don't think that you needed it, but I do think that it was still fun to have. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't amazing for me. I do like seeing a strap match though, don't get me wrong. I've never watched a strap match live. Now, don't call me casual. I've definitely looked back in the past, watched some things, but I was not a watching every single thing WWE fan in 2022 with Extreme Rules when it was Cross and Drew, for example. I was somebody that was still just keeping maybe a little bit updated. I wasn't heavily into it. I probably got heavily into it I want to say, honestly, the time that I started really looking at everything was Survivor Series when CM Punk got back. And it's not me because I'm a Punk fanboy. It's because I just wanted to fall in love with WWE. I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to get into it. Then I studied the game, whatever it might be. I do think that, and let me talk about that Extreme Rules, strap match. That match ended in a pinfall. Something that could not happen. The strap match thing just threw me out a little bit. I think it threw a lot of people out, especially when they had to explain the rules tons of times and stuff wasn't happening. But I do like the no DQ. I think it made a lot of sense for it. I think everything about it made a lot of sense. I hated the tap. That's what I was going to say. I hated the tap out from Drew, technically. I just wish they never made him tap out because I know he was tapping and he was trying to grab the ropes and you can't, but it was a good way to show it. I just didn't like it. But I still feel like this match was good. I do think that this match was good overall, and I'm excited to see a third match that I think some hot take. I think Drew could win it. Up next, we have Liv and Dom versus Damian and Rhea. This was probably the most predictable match to me. After multiple beatdowns from this new Judgment Day, the Terror Twins have to get one up, especially if you're looking forward in the future. Bad Blood's a perfect time to have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. The only optimal way for that to happen, in my opinion, was Rhea pinning Liv Morgan during this match. What happened? Rhea pinned Liv Morgan during this match. I called it. I'm not going to act like that's a big call out because I think it just made sense. It's the same thing how Solo got to Cody Rhodes. I just think it made sense. Also saying that, if Solo really goes against Cody Rhodes for Bad Blood, I'm going to crash out. Straight up, I'm going to crash out. I'm going to get pissed. Anyways, I think this is obviously going to set up Rhea and Liv, probably a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. I hope to God it is. That would be so sick to see. Going to Bad Blood if you didn't get that. So check that out on the channel. I did some fun stuff on this channel for Bad Blood. Yeah, the crowd went insane when Rhea Finally got it on Dom. I also called that. I said he would get hit with a riptide. Sadly, did not. It was more just choked out and destroyed, which Dom came out. I'm recording this video 2 days later because I am sick right now. That's why you didn't see any live reactions, was because I was in bed dying. Dom said he wants a match with Rhea, but it won't happen. If they do that, that would be crazy, bro. That would be insane. But I also felt like this was very obvious. I also felt like no matter what, they were going to get people to go after them, whatever it might be. Which, fair point for them destroying them. I also think it kind of sets up this Finn and Damian thing where Finn couldn't finish Damian. I almost said Damian Lillard. Damian Priest. With his coup de grace. No, it wasn't coup de grace. It was sling blade. Was it sling blade? I think it was. Yeah. I just felt like they could have had maybe, like, if they interfered, I really did think the New Judgment Day was going to win. I thought that was probably a scenario so they keep this thing happening. But, of course, Bad Blood's looking forward. You got to do something for that. I just did really like this setup. And this match was still good. Don't get me wrong. This match was good. Now, I also want to say this, a few mentioned into this. This match and most of the other matches has shown me that I love Wade Barrett. Like, Wade Barrett as a commentator has been so underrated in my opinion. I haven't seen a lot of love for him. Like, even after this match in Berlin, I just saw people commenting on stuff maybe he said slightly, but it wasn't like love. I think he's so underrated. I cannot wait for him to be this great heel commentator for Raw, because when you really look at Raw, you have both your heel commentators on SmackDown in Corey Graves and Wade Barrett. You have your baby faces on Raw in Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. I really liked this Wade Barrett, and I'm excited to see him, go back. Him and Cole's chemistry was amazing throughout this whole PLE. I was dying during the intros of this match especially. I'm excited for Wade Barrett to be back on Raw, especially if Bronson Reed. He used to go crazy with the tsunamis back in the day, so it's going to be very interesting. And I'm just wondering. I think they already announced who he's pairing up. Isn't it Joe Tessitore? I don't know how to say his name, but I literally just watched a football game with him the other day. Up next, we have Gunther versus Randy. I think this was the right outcome. I think a lot of people did get mad at Gunther because he beat Randy Orton and didn't give Randy his number 15. But at the end of the day, this is probably the right call. Gunther just became champion. You kind of have to make King of the Ring look strong. You also don't want to piss off Berlin after they didn't have a PLE or, nationalized TV for 27 years. So, oh my gosh, something like that. But this was a great, great match. It really did focus on the bruise match more than a high-flying, going crazy type of match. It was technical. It was a great way to show both. Oh my God, I think I have the hiccups. Oh no. As great technicians, it was a great way for them to sell their injuries, which they really showed. I mean, Randy Orton showed that he can sell an injury before, especially with the back. Gunther showed that he could sell an injury before and really showed it this match with his arm. I think this was a great way to just give the technicians going crazy. I felt like I wanted a powerbomb combo from Gunther to really end Randy, but I generally could see, like, he was just punch, punch, choke, punch, punch, choke. But I could see a way where they decided not to do that because Randy Orton's, like, most fragile area is probably his back, where he had spinal, like, surgery and everything. So I do understand probably not doing it. It just didn't feel, that match didn't feel like I saw 100% Gunther going insane. Granted, maybe that's me saying this because I literally just rewatched all of the Ilya Dragunov fights, most of his title defenses, and it's literally just him clotheslining, lariats, going insane, just screaming. I just felt like I did not see that from Gunther. They were playing the injury off hella, but still a great match. It felt like more of a babyface win more than anything than a heel win for Gunther. And I think that's the thing that really was shocking to me when I really saw this. But we knew this was going to be the ending. We knew this was going to be great. It was still good overall. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.